Well, we have a signing day for you today here in Buena Vista. Southern Virginia men's volleyball on a three-team face-off today. SVU will face off against Averett. They'll face off later today against the Maroons of Roanoke College. Hello, everybody. I'm Chris Fly here to bring you all the action of today's matchup. We will be showing all three games. I will only be with you for the ones for the Southern Virginia Knights are playing in. That'll be this one right now at 3 o'clock. That'll be later tonight at 7 as the Knights take on the Maroons of Roanoke College. This Southern Virginia men's volleyball team is on an absolute heater of a start here in 2024-2025. They are unbeaten so far in the young season. Wins over Division I Liberty. They beat off Edgewood College in Wittenberg. And just recently, January 25th, last Saturday, Southern Virginia knocked off number 12 ranked Loras College. Took down the Dewhawks in straight 3-0 in that matchup in Springfield, Ohio, just last week. Again, it shouldn't go unnoted. This Southern Virginia men's volleyball program came into this season ranked number 1 in the country, according to AVCA. With that moniker of number 1, no longer having to chase down, they are the ones leading the pack. On the other side of the court from the Knights are the Averett Cougars. They are 1-1 overall in the 2024-2025 campaign. Their last game was a loss against Regent. They lost that in consecutive for 3 straight sets, but had a win earlier in the season. That win earlier in the season coming off against the Owls of Warren Wilson College. That was way back January 24th, just last Friday over at their home in Danville, Virginia. Starting lineups are being announced right now. With this being one of 2 games today for the Southern Virginia Knights, we'll get the opportunity to see a lot of different Knights get to play. One of those players we will get to see, you heard his name just there, number 19, Brady Dastrup. Outside hitter freshman, all the way from Colorado Springs, Colorado, formerly playing at Discovery Canyon High School. Of course, he wears that number 19 on his chest. He'll also be joined by number 8, Mitch Barney, another freshman, this one from Riverton, Utah, formerly playing at Riverton High School. This Southern Virginia team has a lot of returners, a lot of freshmen on this squad. Right around 7 freshmen make up this Southern Virginia Knights roster. We'll see both teams make their way out. The Knights are, of course, coached by head coach Tom Peterson and his 9th season at the helm of this men's volleyball program. He's, of course, assisted by his wife Cheryl Peterson, assistant coach Gabe Wagner, Russell Tompkins, and volunteer assistant coach Jeff Tomlinson. The Cougars on the other side are coached by Matt Stillman and Emma Nash, kind of both assistant coaches, this being only the 2nd year of existence for the Averett Cougars men's volleyball program. And what a test they have in front of them today, traveling to Buena Vista and taking on the number 1 ranked team in the country of the Southern Virginia Knights. So out there for the Knights, Jayden Hall, Isaac Carrillo, Curtis Stone, a familiar face here in Buena Vista, is the senior from Mesa, Arizona. Curtis Stone actually from Gilbert, Arizona, accidentally read off Maxim Sutton, who's not on the floor right now. We'll hopefully see him later. Actually, there he is, number 15, all the way in the back hiding from us. He's from Mesa. Curtis Stone from Gilbert. Brady Dastrup, like we mentioned before, out there on the court. Number 21, Jason Wang, freshman from Virginia Beach, Virginia. One of those players to watch out for. Over on the other side for the Cougars, number 3, Sean Freeman's in. Number 16, Kendrick Sasu Tuamasi is in the game. Number 4, Finn Oakley. Number 8, Dominic Jenkins. And numbers 6 and 7, 6 being Yarai Colazo and 7 being Liam Audrain. Audrain, freshman, 6'1" from Suffolk, Virginia, formerly playing at Nansman River High School. Libero in for the Cougars is their own number 2, Anibal Lopez, junior from Vigo, Spain, formerly playing at Politecnico Vigo. A long way from home here in Buena Vista. Here's the Spaniard. First serve is out. First point belongs to the Knights. Now, this is a Southern Virginia team we mentioned They're on a hot start to the season. They have been almost unstoppable for the last 2 years under head coach Tom Peterson. Get this stat. In the last 31 games for the Southern Virginia Knights, they've only lost 4 sets. First Southern Virginia rally, and the first kill for the Knights as well. That time, Isaac Carrillo, the sophomore from Albuquerque, gets things started for the Knights on the offensive side. Now back to serve for the Southern Virginia Knights, number 19, Brady Dastrup. Colorado Springs' finest. And what a serve to start the game. Ace goes down for the freshman, and Southern Virginia out to a 3-0 lead. Dastrup serve. Southern Virginia with a chance to respond. Sutton, that's a good hit, came off a hand. That looked like it was destined to be out. Cougar got a hand on it with the tip. That was number 8, Dominic Jenkins. Dastrup had a hard time dealing with that one. If it's your first time tuning in to Southern Virginia men's volleyball, hard to see it on your screen, but the ceiling here in Knight Arena, or as students affectionately call it, the barn, is extremely low. All things considering, that ball does have the opportunity to get lost in the ceiling, as it does again there, causing more trouble for the Cougars and another point for the Knights. Now it should be known, if the ball does go over and touch the ceiling, but does make its way over the net, there will be a point for the other team. Dastrup again. Couldn't keep the streak going. 6 is not bagged for the freshman from Colorado Springs. It's 6-1, Southern Virginia leads. Lopez is out. Into the game, number 16, Kendrick Sasu Tuamasi. Junior from Virginia Beach, Virginia, standing at 6'4". Second serve for the Cougars. That one's out as well. We'll get to see the Knights take back over. A couple new players coming in for SVU. Libero is out. Into the game and serving now, number 20, Jet Hall, fresh from Queen Creek, Arizona. His first serve is a good one. Ace for the freshman. Second serve for Jet, second straight ace. This is just proving why Southern Virginia has been such a hard team to deal with. Not only for the last couple games or the last couple seasons, Southern Virginia has been atop of the men's volleyball world for several years now. Going back to their first CVC win way back in 2019. That was the first one for the program at that time. Timeout is called. Cougars are coached by assistant coaches Matt Stillman and Emma Nash. Both in their first, or at least Stillman in first season at the assistant coach role. Southern Virginia is a team with a lot of notable stars. Some just pointed out to me before the game by head coach Russell Tompkins. Number 4, Garrick Tolman, sophomore for this Southern Virginia squad. Number 9, senior Sam Canlin from Carlisle, Pennsylvania. The Canlin family, a staple here in Buena Vista. Been several Canlins playing sports for the SVU Knights. Well, Sam's brothers playing both basketball and men's volleyball. Knights make it back out. Same familiar faces out there for SVU. One player failed to mention so far, we haven't seen him in the game just yet. Christian Schaefer, senior from Palmyra, Pennsylvania. He has been on an extremely hot start this year. So much, in fact, but last week he was the ABCA Division III Player of the Week. How about that for the Knights? Jason Wang puts that one down. 11-1, Southern Virginia leads. Averett right now just looking for an answer on the offensive side. We've really yet to see a good rally from this Averett squad. That ceiling comes into effect yet again. And that one's just a little bit too long. Jed Hall with another successful run of serves for the Southern Virginia Knights. And the freshman checks his way out of the game into this game. Number 8, libero Mitch Barney. Barney from Riverton, Utah, another freshman for the Southern Virginia squad. The serve comes up for Averett, and that one's right into the back of Sasu Chumasi. Serve came off of the hand of Uri Colazo. Southern Virginia serve just makes its way over. We'll see what the Cougars can do with it. A little bit too long. That kill came from Liam Audrin. That's another Southern Virginia ace. That time for number 2, Jayton Hall. We've seen a lot of freshmen get in on the action. How about a senior getting it done? So from Jet Hall to Jayton Hall. Some might find they might know each other. That one finds its way out. How about another ace for SVU? Just a reminder for all those watching at home, this will be one of 2 games for the Southern Virginia Knights today. Facing off now against the Averett Cougars. They'll face off against the Maroons of Roanoke College later tonight at 7 o'clock. That one goes over, but it did hit the ceiling. And like we had mentioned prior, there's the rule in the barn. Goes over top of the net, hits the other side. Belongs to the defending team, does that point. 17-2, Southern Virginia leading. Hall back to serve again. That one goes over. Jason Wang. Saw that from a mile away, spikes it down. Another serve for Hall. See what the Cougars do with it here. Chumasi got a hand on it, got to keep it alive. Cougars do. We'll see what the Knights can do now. Sutton. Still alive. Just got to get it over. Southern Virginia on the offensive. That one goes down. Sutton to Wang. Timeout is called. Southern Virginia leads 19-2. They have found all the answers, but mainly it has been from that service line for the Knights so far today. Take a look at the team stats that you can find on knightathletics.com, brought to you by Sidearm Sports. Southern Virginia 5 kills so far today. Service aces, 8 for the Southern Virginia Knights. 3 errors on the side of the Cougars. They have yet to find success in serving the ball so far today. As you could imagine, with the score being 19-2, most of these stats sway to the side of the Southern Virginia Knights. Take a look at that hitting percentage for the Knights, 83% so far today throughout the first set. I know it shouldn't come as much of a surprise given the caliber of the Southern Virginia Knights team. You have to remember this is the team that took down number 12th ranked Boris just a week ago. They did that in 3 straight sets. Of course, Christian Schaefer had a lot to do with that game in that win against the Duhawks. Be interesting to see if we see him at all today, whether it being this game or the later game. But play continues, and it is still Hall to serve for SVU. Hall serve. All the way over. Southern Virginia right back on the offensive. And right back with another kill. Sutton to Jason Wang. Chumasi just hits that one out. Cougars just have to settle with that one. Sutton to set, waste it. Wang with the kill. Jason Wang with another kill. Sutton with another assist. Number 15, Maxim Sutton Sr. from Mesa, Arizona, formerly playing at Heritage High School. So it hit the ceiling and went over. Another point for the SVU Knights. Cougars have to save it. Just hit it over. Hit the ceiling again. And it is set point for Southern Virginia. We've seen that ceiling play many a factor here at Knight Arena. Maybe none more as of today. That is the third or fourth time that the Cougars have hit that into the net. How about that? That's a good hit. I'll say it touched the net. And Southern Virginia will win that first set, albeit on interesting circumstances. It was a dominating performance from Southern Virginia, 25-2 to end that first one. We take a look at the AVCA Division III men's volleyball poll. As of today, Southern Virginia is still at that number one spot, receiving 18 number one votes. Right under them, NYU ranked at number 2. Now that's interesting because NYU was the team that ended Southern Virginia's season last year in the NCAA tournament. Both teams met each other. NYU got the better of the Knights in that one, but it was a close match, 3-2, when it was all said and done at the end of the 2024 campaign. Other teams in the top 10 include Stevens, California Lutheran, Juniata, the Eagles. Southern Virginia and the Eagles are well acquainted, especially here at the barn. Vassar, Springfield, Carthage, Wentworth, and rounding out number 10, Hobart and William Smith colleges. Of course, you mentioned Schaefer was the AVCA Player of the Week, was also CBC Player of the Week last week. While we have this small break in the action, let's take a look at the upcoming schedules for both of these programs. After today, Southern Virginia again to face off against the Maroons later today. They'll then face off Saturday at 11 a.m. Early start here in Buena Vista as they face the Chargers of Lancaster Bible College. Then it's an away trip. They'll go to Drew University in Madison, New Jersey, Wilkes University in Pennsylvania, Widener University at that same match, that Wilkes tri-match in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Then they'll face off against the aforementioned Stevenson University. Stevenson again ranked in that top 10. They'll be coming to Buena Vista. That is Valentine's, February 14th, Friday at 7 o'clock p.m. Clear your calendars. That'll be a good one here in the barn. On the other side for the Averett University Cougars after today, they'll face off against Roanoke College in the second match of today. 3 matches being played. That one's slated to start at 5 o'clock p.m. They'll have a 2-game homestand against the Randolph-Macon College Jackets as they travel to Danville. University of Lynchburg is up next for them. Then it's Marymount, then return home to face off against the Warren Wilson College Owls, who they've already played this year and got their first and only win so far off of. And of course, Eastern Mennonite. The Royals make their way to Danville February 5th. That's a Wednesday. Game is slated to start at 6:30 p.m. Both teams make their way back onto the court. A couple new faces in for the Knights, one of which being number 3, Bryce Stringham, and number 5, Kimo Huey. Huey, sophomore from Lehigh, Utah, formerly playing at Sky Ridge High School. And for Stringham, junior from Fillmore, Utah, formerly playing at Millard High School. No new faces so far in for the Cougars. It's still Freeman, Sasu Chumasi, Colazo's in there at the libero spot, Anibal Lopez, Aldrin and Oakley in there as well. And the first point of the set belongs to Averett. Don't hit the ceiling and made his way over. 2 straight points for the Averett Cougars. That last one, unfortunately, served into the net by Aldrin. With the team switching sides now, and now get to hear the coaching coming off the Averett Cougars bench. A lot of coaching coming from their assistant coach, Emma Nash. Emma Nash, class of 24 there at Averett. Returns as an assistant coach at December of 2024. Played 5 years with the Cougars women's volleyball program. Wasn't a bad player in her own right as her time as a Cougar. From 2020 to 2024, totaled over 1,100 career kills, nearly 500 matches, over 139 sets played. So far comes some constructive coaching for this Averett Cougar squad as they find themselves up 3-1 over top of the Southern Virginia Knights. That kill goes up and down for Isaac Carrillo. We're going to see Jet Hall back to serve for SVU again. For those of us that are watching there in that first set. Had quite the run of aces at his first time behind the line. He had 4 aces at his last time out. Yet to get one there. Big hit, how about that? Big kill up and down for Finn Oakley. Oakley, sophomore, 6'2" from Cambridge. That's Cambridge in the UK. Now back to serve is Sean Freeman. Nice with the kill, great dig inside from Lopez. Another good dig inside, that time by Freeman. Another good dig by Averett. Competitive rally between these two squads. How about that? Too much power. Came off the hands of Brady Dastrup. And with the kill by Dastrup, it was then Chemo Huey. Back to serve for head coach Tom Peterson. And we're going to see what the Cougars do with it here. Huey. So that point will belong to the Cougars. Say that Huey just hit a little bit outside. It's tied up 4-4. And it's Oakley back to serve. Southern Virginia has settled with just getting over 3. Freeman looks for Oakley. Oakley, that one goes into the net. Carrillo back to serve. Sophomore from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Tied up 5-5. Carrillo. Big serve. Still alive. Freeman's got to get it over. That he does. Averett with another swipe at it. Freeman. Good block inside. Knights get to set it up. And Carrillo gets a hand to it. Lopez looked as if he had the dig. Just couldn't get it back outside. Southern Virginia takes over on point, 6-5 in the second set. This is a Southern Virginia team that has yet to give up a set this year. That one falls over, point Knights. That one goes into the net for Carrillo. Sasu Chumasi back in for Averett, back to serve. Number 8, Dominic Jenkins, sophomore from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Knight set it up. Dastrup puts another kill in his name. So far for Dastrup. Kill number 2. Hitting right around 500 for the freshman. Mitch Barney back to serve. Stone. Curtis Stone made no bones about that one. Knights up 9-6. Good block, but it just went offside. It will be a point for the Cougars and a kill for Collazo. Collazo, freshman from Suffolk, formerly playing at Kings Fork High School. So the Bulldog makes his way to Buena Vista, and Collazo finds himself back to serve. Now that one goes into the net for the former Kings Fork Bulldog. Bryce Stringham now to serve for SVU. One of the many setters for the Southern Virginia squad. Stone, Stringham. That one's up and down. Chemo Huey. Only the second year on campus for Chemo Huey in his sophomore campaign for head coach Tom Peterson. fitting in just fine. That one, they'll say it hits the ceiling. Point belongs to the Knights. Some of the students here at SVU, when that ball goes over, they'll say that point belongs to the barn. 12-7 Knights leading after a good barn score. Trying to keep it in. That one out. Not much more that sophomore Finn Oakley could do than that. They'll try to hit it back over and regain composure. Southern Virginia still serving. Stringham is back. Stringham hits that one into the net. 13-8 is the score. Southern Virginia still leading. Player we haven't mentioned before over there on the Southern Virginia side of things, number 22. The libero was Mitch Barney. It's now Caleb Crow, freshman from Houston, Texas. Stringham sets it. Dastrup. Looks like that one was going out as well. Collazo just got a hand on it. It'll go down as another kill for Dastrup. And now Dastrup's back to serve. Could have gone either way. That one goes the Cougars' way. Sasu Chumasi checks out, as does Anibal Lopez, and into the game, Diego Gifuni, junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, former playing at Northwest Guilford. Stone, that one's in. Curtis Stone puts down the kill. And now will go take a seat himself as Jet Hall checks back into the game. It'll be Jet Hall to serve all the way on that far side. Unorthodox starting spot for Jet, but it gets good results. Good serve, good kill down. Carrillo puts that one down. Another ace for the freshman, Jet Hall. Talk about a player that's fun to watch, Jet Hall. Getting it done yet again. And it will be a timeout in the middle of the second set. Southern Virginia leads 17-9. Jet Hall, 5 aces so far today. Jet Hall with 5 aces. Jayden Hall, his brother, 4 aces. So the Hall family is getting all sorts of things done from beyond the service line, and that has been the difference so far in this game, as Southern Virginia leads 17-9 rather, in the second period. Well, it's been the same couple of players we've seen in for head coach Tom Peters. Now this is typically, we usually see a mix of all sorts of players. We've yet to see Sam Canlin in this game. We've yet to see Jeremy Brown in this game. Christian Schaefer, the AVCA player of the Division III Player of the Week last week. We've yet to see the senior from Palmyra. Garrick Tolman, the setter, we've yet to see him check into this game. So this is really a great opportunity for a lot of these players to show their stuff. And boy, do we appreciate it with the performance they put on so far. New night in, number 13, Brady Schlensker, freshman from Midlothian, Virginia, right outside of Richmond. Hall. Cougars set it up. Knights now. Thought about hammering it down. Finesse move from Kimo Huey. Cougars now. Last second, able to put it down. Carrillo. Now, this is not the home opener so far for the Southern Virginia Knights. They've had 2 matches at home, one against themselves earlier in the month. Of course, they took on the Liberty Flames about a week and a half ago here at home. Able to get a win there, but this is the first game against a Division III opponent here at home, in which we are putting on the Knights Broadcasting YouTube channel. We're glad to have all of you with us during this one, and what a joy it has been to watch so far. That one just goes a little bit long for Hall, and will still be a 20-10 lead for the SVU Knights as Curtis Stone checks in for Jet Hall. Actually, they'll both make their way to the bench for the libero, number 22, Caleb Crow. Freeman, that one into the net. It'll be Kimo Huey now. Back to serve for SVU. Ace for Huey. Huey in his freshman season last year played in 11 sets, had 12 kills in those 11 sets, 4 blocks to his name as well. That one won't be a block for Carrillo. Good hit on the other side from Collazo. For Kimo Huey, 3rd year playing volleyball. Stringham sets it for Huey. Good block. Averett has to respond on the offensive side. Oakley just gets that one over and down. Good response from the Averett Cougars. Finn Oakley put that one down for points far in his own territory. Stringham. That time sets it in the middle for the freshman Schlensker. Carrillo back to serve. That one goes to the net. Southern Virginia still knocking on the door of winning their 2nd set. Lopez checks out. Sasachumasi checks back in. Stringham sets it up, but there's nothing that Dastrup could do except put that one down. Dastrup strikes again, and Southern Virginia Knights 24-13. Schlensker. Playable serve. Freeman. And that one is just too far away from it all. And Southern Virginia takes the 2nd set, 25-13. We move on to the 3rd. Take a look at the CVC standings so far this year. None of the teams have played any conference games so far, but games to look forward to later down the line. Juniata College in here, Elizabethtown in there as well. Rutgers Newark, one of the only teams Southern Virginia were dropped a set against last year. They dropped sets against the Juniata College Eagles and Rutgers Newark in the 2023-2024 campaign. Cougars of Kane on the CVC as well. Marymount, Wilkes, and Drew College in there as well. Definitely have to look out for the Juniata College Eagles. They're always a good team to face off against. See a couple players warming up for the Southern Virginia Knights. One of those being number 4, Garrick Tolman, the setter. And the other being number 11, the aforementioned Christian Schaefer, senior from Palmyra, Pennsylvania. Christian Schaefer, the last thing the Averett Cougars want to see coming their way. But at the top of my list of Knights fans, both here and at home. And Schaefer getting the business from his teammates there on the corner. Of course, many things going on here at Southern Virginia today. We have this triple header of volleyball here at the barn. The women's basketball team, who's been on a surge so far this season, unbeaten in 13 straight games. They're in Raleigh right now, taking on the Pacers of William Peace. And that's just setting up for a weekend of fun here at Southern Virginia University. The weekend features men's volleyball, men's basketball, women's basketball, all here at home. Hope you join us there. No new Knights in for head coach Tom Peterson right now, as we are welcome to the third set. Southern Virginia leading 2-0 over top of the Averett Cougars. We should be reminded, Southern Virginia, the #1 ranked team in the country in the preseason poll and standing right now. Averett Cougars, only their second year as a program.
We'll get us started here.
They've had some bright spots so far in this game. One of those being number 6, Uri Colazo, serving the ball right now. Freshman from Suffolk, Virginia. Had a couple good kills in this game. How about that one for Dastrup? Dastrup not leaving any momentum on the bench during those breaks. Continues to be a thorn in the side of the Averett Cougars. But now he's back to serve. Dastrup. And that's the problem he faces for every team he goes against. Scores in a myriad of ways. Puts down a kill, picks up another ace for the young freshman from Colorado Springs. They get 2 straight aces for Dastrup. And for Dastrup, aces number 3 and 4 right there. Maybe looking for one more. Averett able to corral it, has to get it over. That they do. Just off the hand of Carrillo, and an unfortunate miss for the Southern Virginia Knights, but a good point pickup for the Averett Cougars. That one goes to the net. Strong serve from Liam Aldrain. New Knights check in. Jet Hall is out, as is Schlensker. Into the game, number 8, Mitch Barney. Freshman from Riverton, Utah. We saw him start the game at libero just a second ago. That's what he's listed as. But now back to serve. Barney serve. Playable by the Cougars. Miscommunication on the side of the Knights leads to an Averett Cougar point. Both Stone and Carrillo went up for it. Neither got a strong hand to it and just couldn't get it on the second effort. Back to serve now, number 18, or rather number 17, Diego Gifuni. Gifuni, again, the junior from Greensboro, North Carolina. Saw him serve once, hit that one into the net. See what he can do here. Gifuni, playable by the Knights. Let's see what they can do here. Stringham to Stone. Quick 1-2 for point number 5. So it'll be Huey back to serve. Huey's serve is playable. Big hit off a couple of the Knights. Kill goes down. Dominic Jenkins. And that's Jenkins' first kill of the day. On 3 attempts rather. Freeman. Stone hit that one a little bit too far. Good block inside. And a block by the setter, Bryce Stringham. (6'3" Carrillo back to serve. Familiar faces in for the Cougars. Libero back in, that being Anibal Lopez. Carrillo. Big serve, almost lost in the ceiling, just have to get it over. That they do. Southern Virginia to respond. Hall. Dastrup couldn't get that one over. Point for the Cougars. 6-4. We'll have Finn Oakley back to serve now. Oakley led this team in kills and hitting percentage last year and the inaugural season for the Averett Cougars men's volleyball program. That one just goes a little bit too long off the hand of Oakley. A couple new Knights checking into the game as well. Caleb Crow back in, not the libero anymore. He's back to serve. We also see the return of number 13, Brady Schlensker, into the game. Big serve from Caleb Crow. Caleb Crow back to serve. Freshman from Houston, Texas. Big smile on his face as his team cheers him on. Big block inside, the mixture of Dastrup and Schlensker. 9-4, Southern Virginia leads. And we're going to see another Caleb Crow serve. Every time Caleb Crow backs to serve, see if you can turn up the volume on your television and hear those Crow calls coming from the Southern Virginia bench. That one's just a little bit too wide for Caleb Crow. 9-5, Southern Virginia leads. We might see a couple new Averett Cougars checking into the game as well. That we will. Number 8, Dominic Jenkins checks out. And new face number 5, Joel Hetherington, into the game for assistant coaches Matt Stillman and Emma Nash. Hetherington, a 6'4" freshman from Roanoke, Virginia, so not far from home here in Buena Vista, is Joel Hetherington. When Joel Hetherington serves, goes out, as does Hetherington, makes his way to the bench. Anibal Lopez checks back in. Stringham back to serve. Lopez able to play it. Just have to get it over. Here come the Knights. Stringham to set. Dastrup is good. Not much more you can say than that. The ball goes up from Stringham or from Sutton to Dastrup. And Dastrup continues on a winning evening so far. For Dastrup, that's kill number 6. Hitting right around 62.5%. And don't forget the 3 aces he's accumulated so far today, 9.5 points for Dastrup. Stringham back to serve again, 12-5 is the score. And that serve is a little bit too low coming off the hand of Stringham. So it'll be Collazo back to serve. Carrillo, Dastrup, Hall, Stringham, Huey, and Schlensker in the game for the Knights. They'll say that fell in. 7-12. And that'll technically be an ace. Well, not technically, it is an ace. For number 6, Uri Colazo. Big ace for the freshman. Stringham. Carrillo. From the backyard. Puts the Knights up 13-7. Dastrup. Freeman. Good hit coming off the hand of Audrain, and the Cougars. Knights set it up. Huey up and down with a left hand. Dastrup serve. A little bit of a miscommunication on the side of Southern Virginia. Still a 14-8 lead. Audrain back to serve. Audrain. Carrillo put all of that into it, and the Cougars couldn't respond. So Carrillo with another kill and a couple of new Knights into the game. Mitch Barney back to serve. Barney's had a productive evening on the defensive side. A couple of digs so far in today's game. Serve just goes a little bit off the hand of Barney. So Barney out, Schlensker in, Schlensker out, Jet Hall in. Gifuni back to serve. Gifuni, that one's long. Southern Virginia with 16 aces so far today. Good serve by Huey. Cougars had to make something happen with it. Lopez able to get it over. Stringham in the Knights. That one's up and down. Stone connected with Audrain. And that one appeared to hit Audrain square in the nose. Hope he's okay. That one, another one from Stone. Quick release from Curtis Stone. Stringham took that one itself, and why not? Stringham said he's tired of picking up assists. He wants a kill for himself. That'll be the first kill for Stringham. 16 assists for the setter from Utah as well. Freeman back to serve. Freeman, 5'9" sophomore from Chesapeake, Virginia. Also played at Kings Fork High School there in Suffolk. Joins his teammate Colazo, and that's a familiar scene here in Knight Arena. Curtis Stone puts another point up for the Knights. Curtis Stone, of course, the middle blocker. The veteran senior from Gilbert, Arizona. Getting it done so far today. Big serve from Carrillo. Just had to put that one over. Out on the left side, another point for the Knights, 20-10 now. Carrillo had a big serve last time. We'll see what he does here. Only one service ace for the sophomore from Albuquerque. That one's just a little bit too far to the left for Carrillo. 20-12, or 20-11 rather, is the score. Finn Oakley back to serve again. Stringham sets up Huey. Huey just a little bit too close. Now it's 20-12. It'll be Oakley to serve again. Falls in on that back corner. Dastrup thought about it, thought he had enough space. Just falls in, 20-13. Glad to see Jet Hall and Dastrup, both freshmen. And Hall, as soon as that ball came off, right there for his teammate, Dastrup. My goodness. Strong kill for the freshman. Southern Virginia up 21-13. Knocking on the door of a win here in this first matchup. Again, Southern Virginia will play again later today. That is slated for 7. We'll see what time it actually comes up. Recommend everyone hop on over to knightathletics.com. Get all your updates on Southern Virginia sporting events. Well, that game against the Roanoke Maroons is slated for 7. There is a game in between, as these Cougars will play 2 games in a row. Second one being against the Maroons of the aforementioned Roanoke College. Second serve in for Hetherington. Just a little off the mark for Hetherington. Hetherington will make his way back out of the game yet again. Dominic Jenkins will come in and out as Anibal Lopez checks his way in. Bryce Stringham now, 22-14. Stringham. How about another service ace for SVU? That was hit directly into the way of Southern Virginia women's soccer coach, Rob Dahl. Stringham. 2 straight aces for Bryce Stringham, 24-14. And Southern Virginia at game point. SVU 17 aces today. Knights can finish it here. Stringham. Carrillo with a soft touch, and the Cougars not able to get it back over. Southern Virginia, 3 straight sets over top of the Averett Cougars. 25-14 is how that one ends in the third, but 3-0 is the final score today. Several Knights having good games so far today. Dastrup ended today's game with 7 kills, 3 aces, hitting 66.7%. How about Carrillo? 7 kills for him, 700 hitting percentage for the sophomore from Albuquerque. Curtis Stone getting it done like he always does. 5 kills for the senior, hitting 83% on those. But this game really came down to the serving, and what serving we saw from the brothers Hall, Jet and Jayden. 5 for Jet, 4 for his brother wearing number 2, Jayden Hall. Of course, you also throw in Dastrup with 3 service aces of his own, and Southern Virginia cruises to an extremely dominant 3-0 win over top of the Averett Cougars. We'll take a break right now. Again, another game happening right after this as the Cougars take on the Maroons of Roanoke College. Join me again at 7 o'clock to watch the Southern Virginia Knights, the #1 ranked team in the country, take on the Roanoke Maroons. That'll be at 7 o'clock here at the barn. We'll see you then.